We're going to keep things moving here on Radio Boss, joined by a young lady. As a matter of fact, she stars in the new film, Kill Her Goats, but she's a media influencer. Like you've seen her, you've seen her in doing things in Playboy and FHM and other publications throughout the course of her young career. But she's doing some major things. Arielle Raycene joins us here on Radio Boss. Arielle, welcome to the program.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to have you. And I know you've got a lot of good things that you've got coming up, and we're going to talk more about those things. But I haven't seen the film yet. Kill Her Goats. Like, first of all, the title in of itself.
It's a play on words.
Okay. So tell us about the film.
I would say it's like an 80s throwback slasher film, is a nice way to sum it up. Yeah, there's a lot of like, if you're a big horror like fanatic, then I guess, see, I didn't really know this at the time, but I guess there's a lot of like hidden gems in there that are like throwbacks to old school horror films. So yeah, a lot of people are loving that. And I end up going a little psychotic. I'm like the last girl, I guess we call it, right? Yeah, I'm the last girl standing, and I go psycho. I'm along, like, Kane Hodder's like killing us, but I'm also killing us too.
I think what's interesting is horror. You said you're the last girl standing, right? Like that doesn't change. Like like even though that may be a play on the 80s and we're in the 2020s, that part of it doesn't change with horror films, right?
No, it never changes. That's like the one sure thing. There will always be one last girl.
So, what? Tell us. Okay. So you kind of go. Tell us a little bit more about you. Now, your character is Audra, correct?
Yes, Audra. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about her, the character you play.
Well, she got this great house from her parents for the summer. They gave it to her upon graduation, and she invites her friends over, and that's when just the little slumber party turns into a lot of nights of death party. Yeah, she has a boyfriend. I would say Audra has some anger issues, and I think it's probably from being in that house when something in the house makes her go crazy, definitely, because she wasn't that crazy before she got there. But yeah.
So is this your first film where you're the star? Like, you're the star of this film. Like, is this your first one?
Yeah, that was my first film where I was in every scene for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun. That was good.
Yeah.
But I actually shot this film 7 years ago.
What?
Yeah, we shot it like 7 years ago, and it's just now seeing the day of light, which is crazy. But that's how movies are sometimes, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's true. But now, did you finish it 7 years ago?
We just got done shooting about 7 years ago. So then editing, COVID, some other things happened. I don't know what happened, but yeah. And then I got an email that it's coming out.
Oh, wow. So you've kind of been, so has it been, I'm sure it's been kind of fun. Now, so this is your first starring role, so it's been kind of fun. So wait a minute, you're how old?
I'm old enough.
So you never ask a young lady her age, but I didn't mean it like that. I guess I'm just trying to figure out, how old were you when you filmed this thing 7 years ago?
I was young. I was like on the cusp of my young adults, like 19, I think.
Okay.
19, 18, okay. 20, something like that.
Okay. Very good. So no edits? Like, no edits? You didn't have to refilm anything or anything like that since that time?
No, I mean, we shot in Cape Cod on the East Coast, and it was like winter, and we had to pretend it was summer. And then we shot that whole, like, I think it was 2 weeks we shot it in, and then that was it. Oh, we had to go in and, like, I had to scream and do all that stuff, and post more screaming. I am a scream queen. I should have been on Scream Queens for sure.
Yeah.
I saw that, like, I read on Scream Queens, like, one of the girls she would only scream twice, like, per episode or something, and that was the max she would do. I was like, wow, that's what I'm going to write in my contract next, because I was like dead after all of that.
Now, wasn't there something Scream Queens or something that came out on MTV? Some like
Scream Queens. No, it's
Something.
not MTV, but it is Scream Queens. That's what it's
Yeah.
like the scripted TV show.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, if
I'll
this
look it
had
up.
maybe you could have been part of that had this come out a while. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know, right?
so do you think? You see yourself doing more of this kind of genre of film?
I would like to do it again, I think. I think it was fun. It was definitely one of the harder films I've ever done, I think, just because you have to be scared most of the time, and it was cold, but that has nothing to do with it. But it was just like the idea of being scared the entire time was a lot of it was draining.
Yeah. That the
Yeah.
voice of Arielle Raycene. She joins us here on Radio Boss. Kill Her Goat. So where can we see this film?
VOD, it's gonna come out on Prime.
Okay.
It's already like on all the horror sites that I don't know about, but everyone knows about. I guess it's like there's these like subgenres. And yeah, so it's out on those. I don't know what they're called. And yeah, a few other places, but
Yeah,
you know,
I got
yeah. Prime is the main one.
got you. So are there any, so the references, can you tell us maybe one or two references to some films from the 80s? Are you able to share that?
Reference, I don't know the references that they're saying.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just they are throwing it back to the 80s, like horror films. And
Okay.
I don't watch horror. Like
You don't.
I'm scared of everything. So like, I'm the person that watches scary film and then I'm like running in the parking lot to my car or something because I'm frightened. So I try not to do that to myself anymore.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say what, maybe Friday the 13th, or I'm just trying to think of the horror films from the 80s that were really big. Like Halloween was big, but it started in the 70s. There's a movie called Phantasm that the first one came out like 78, and the next one didn't come out till like 88. But that
Oh,
was
wow.
really scary. It's about this tall man and he terrorizes a town and all
See, no,
that.
I couldn't watch that. That sounds too scary.
I
Oh, I've
know.
learned of things. So, like, when it's too scary, you close your eyes and cover your ears because it's the sound that really scares you. I learned. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you're
anytime I do something scary, I'm just like sitting here like this. It's like yeah, I don't know why I do that to myself.
yeah. Yeah. No question. So so you grew up in Kansas City, right?
No, I grew up in south of Wichita, which is in Kansas. Everyone always just assumes Kansas City, I think, because I don't know why. They always say Kansas City. And my dad is from Kansas City, and I
Okay.
did spend time in Kansas City, and I am going to Kansas City. But yes, I grew up in a small like farm town in Kansas.
Okay. So what was that like growing up in the Midwest?
Um, it was now I'm looking back on it, I would say it's cute. Nice and like easy, but it wasn't actually so nice. I would say everyone was so much in everyone's business, which is like because everyone just it was so small. So everyone was kind of too gossipy, I would say, that particular town. And I'm guessing that's how most towns are. But yeah, other than that, my whole family was there. I'm from a really large family, and having the farm to like be raised on, like I would like to raise my kids on a farm someday. I think it was just really good to like grow up in that space. And like it's just I don't know, the idea of it being small and like I didn't know what a lot of things with the world were, what was, which I think was okay. So I guess I was a little naive coming to LA, but I think it was a good way to grow up.
No, that's an interesting dynamic, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But so, did you do a lot of farm work and such?
I helped with harvest, so I would just like help my grandmother cook, bring them tea. I would ride the combine and the tractor with my mom. I would do whatever they needed me to do, really. So I didn't drive the machinery, but helped around whatever they needed.
Yeah. So how does one, and that's great. It just shows, I mean, if you could come from the Midwest to LA with the budding career that you have as a media influencer, that you are, I mean, those are two different dynamics. So what made you want to kind of be doing what you're ultimately doing now, coming from the Midwest and specifically growing up on a farm?
I don't know. I just always had it in me. I was performing at a young age to my family. I would do anything, like anything I could get my hands on that had to do with a performance. So I would do theater. I bought so many cameras and directed like all my friends as kids and stuff. And I was just obsessed. So like I would watch Grease, and if I would get grounded and not be able to watch like TV because that's what I really loved. So and performing like Aqua. I loved Aqua, the Barbie, I'm a Barbie girl whole album. And if I got in trouble, I couldn't listen to it and like do my performance. So yeah, I don't know. It was just in me. Like this is what I wanted. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to have 100 kids, and I wanted to be a veterinarian. So anyways, when I got older, acting was like, oh, I'm going to go do acting.
Well, you could still do veterinary work. I don't know about having 100 kids, but you
No, I can't have 100 kids.
Yeah, but you could do veterinary work still, right?
I don't want to do that. I don't know what I was thinking. I just loved animals. I never want to like see an animal hurt. I wish I could fix him, but like I don't like blood. I don't like any of that stuff. I have a dog, and I just like if something happened to him, I'd freak out, and I probably would not be able to do anything helpful, even if I knew what to do.
Got you. So what does one get? I mean, you know, you were young, right? Like I'm not all in your business, but that's interesting. So when you got, what were you getting grounded for? Like what were you getting? You don't, you know, you seem like, you know.
Yeah, you're right. What was I getting in trouble for? I think
up?
it was just snarky. My parents were really strict on my grades. I remember I was like imitating some of like Sandy a little too much, you know, and Sandy gets a little sexy in Grease, and they're like, no, like you can't do that. And it was the time where like girls were like, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but like they twisted their shirts and put it inside their bras, and then like their stomach, you know, anyways. And I was doing like stuff like that, and I was just asking for it really, and I was telling my parents no and things like that. So I was right, you know.
You were a rebel? So. You were a Midwest rebel?
Yeah, as I grew up, I was definitely a rebel. I was like, yeah, I was a cheerleader, but I was a rebel too. So yeah, I got into trouble a lot.
So did you end up going to like college after high school? Or did you go straight into the business?
No, my dad was like, you have to go to college. You have to. Like they made me like go work in high school. Like as I went and worked at a grocery store, and they're like, you're gonna go work at a grocery store, and like if you want to do acting, you know. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, I was sacking, and I was like, okay, fine. You know what? College maybe it will be better. And so I went to college as a journalist because I was like, oh, you know, I'll be in front of a camera still and stuff. And then I learned that journalism it's like a one-man show. Like you have the camera, you have the tripod, you have the mic, you go out there and you better look pretty while you're in front of the camera, and you got to do it all. And then you got to run to the editing bay, you got to put on your voiceover, and you got to get it in. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm doing this. And I got really good at editing and all of that stuff. So it was good. And I love the camera, so that was fun. And even if I was in front of it just reporting, it was still good for me. So I went to school, at the Walter Cronkite School, and then I minored in theater, and then I went to LA.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I was going back to LA like all the time, so
okay.
I was in Arizona at the time, yeah.
So the Walter Cronkite, was that the University of Arizona, or what is that?
It's in Phoenix. Yeah, it's downtown Phoenix.
Okay, so it's the Walter Cronkite School.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, very good. Arielle Raycene joins us here on the program. Check out her new film, Kill Her Goat. So what is this? Is this you're working with Pete Davidson? Right?
It was
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in an episode of his new TV show called Bumpkus on Peacock. I'm like the very first scene I've heard, so you can't miss me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what are you part of the series?
No, I just had one episode, but it was fun.
Okay.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. So do you foresee, do you foresee doing any more with that?
Well, I have no idea if the season will go on. I know they're done shooting the first season, so.
Okay.
And it's like getting ready to air, so that's good.
Okay. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that'll get you a little, some more, get you out there. And I need to go see. I'm gonna go see this. Kill her goat. Like I gotta see this, right? It sounds kind of interesting. But now you're also going to work with Mel Gibson in a film, correct?
I did it last year, so I hope it comes out this year, but as you know, we never know when it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I shot in where did I shoot? Vancouver in the summer.
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah. How frustrating is that? Like the Kill Her Goats project, 7 years. The Mel Gibson film. Hopefully it will come out. But that's part of the business, right? But is that frustrating because you want, when you put your time and effort, whether you get paid or not, or get paid more when it comes to whatever the case may be, when you put your time and effort into something, you're excited about something, you want people to see it.
Right. But yeah, that's just kind of the way it goes. If you ever noticed, I kind of looked at like, how like the top actors, they're like in your face for a little while and then they're kind of gone. And it's like it's this 2-year rotation.
Yeah.
It's like because they're shooting so much and then that's in editing. And then they're like, all these movies are coming out of them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I kind of just feel like that's just the way it has to go.
Yeah. No, that's the business. I get it. It's the business. I just, but is it frustrating to you, or it's just the business?
Yeah, no, it's kind of frustrating, but you just kind of have to accept it because there's nothing really anyone can do.
Right.
I've learned to in this business, there's a lot of things we can't do. So it's very good to learn to just let it go.
Yeah. Not to get worried about all of those things. What's out of your control is out of your control, and not to get kind of worried about those kind of things. Yeah.
Basically, everything is out of your control. You can control like how prepared you are, your effort, and if you're on time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Everything else is like, you were too short. You were an inch too tall. I don't like your hair color,
Yeah.
We really needed a brown-eyed girl, or something.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's how it goes. So I guess you enjoyed cheerleading when you were coming up. Did you cheer for both football and basketball?
Football, basketball, wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Football, basketball, and wrestling. Wrestling was like on the floor.
Right.
It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and volleyball.
Oh, and volleyball. Oh, all of them.
Yeah, we did it all.
So which one did you like cheering more for?
Football.
Did you all have
it was like a
football
Remember
team?
the Titans type of town,
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So y'all had a good football team then.
Yeah, we had a good football team. It was fun.
Okay.
And like we had the pep rallies and the whole thing. It was very Remember the Titans town.
Okay. All right. No, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So you've done work for a lot of big publications, Playboy, FHM, Maxim, right? I mean, what was that like? Was that long ago, and what was sort of that like?
It wasn't that many. It wasn't that long ago. Spaced out. It was a lot of fun. I would say Maxim was always fun because I went to Bali and Thailand with them, and that was cool. And when I went to Bali I decided to do these like one-man shows. So I brought my own videographer out there before the shoot started, and we traveled around I don't know what island we were on, but we traveled around the whole island, going to different places, and I was like shooting these one-man shows that were really weird, but I needed to do it to serve my artistic journey. I just needed to do it.
Right.
And yeah, so that was fun. That was like one of the cooler things I've done for myself, to feed my soul. And then yeah, Playboy was fun. I shot with them a few times, and FAHM once. Yeah, okay, I've been shooting since I was a kid. Like I was with LA Models before my family split, and so I've been shooting on and off since I was a kid. So that's always been like my side little thing that I've loved, but acting was always like something I was pursuing. But see, the images you get a lot faster than everything that you do in acting. So it's like, this is how it looks, I'm over here, but I'm trying to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the good thing about shooting. That
Yeah.
definitely is the good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple more thoughts with Arielle Raycene, who joins us here on the program. So tell us about Real AF. What is that about?
Oh, Real AF is a 3D volumetric platform. So it's kind of like an app, but it's not technically an app. So we all know about OnlyFans and all the subscription sites, right? So this is a studio where we're making a hologram of the woman, and they can do whatever they want in, like, let's say 30-second video clips, and we shoot them. And there's like, the studio is really cool. So it's pure green all the way around. So it's not just a green screen. It's a whole thing. You walk in and you stand in the middle, and there's all these cameras going all the way around you, and they are filming every single second. So the hologram you can place, you like buy the girl, whatever she's doing, stripping, telling a joke, singing, whatever she's doing, whatever they do in these subscription platform things, okay?
Right.
And you can place them in your bedroom, you can place them on the beach, you can place them wherever you are through your phone, and they're doing whatever they're doing, talking to you, whatever. So it's really cool, and you can like enlarge them, you can stand in front of them, you can stand with them, take photos. It's cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so this is your thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that? And what made you decide to come up with this?
We are gonna launch the end of April.
Okay.
So my friend had a platform that was had the technology, and I just saw the technology being used for these girls, like in a subscription platform, because like we have to think about the future, right? The future of everyone's going into AR and all that stuff. And so like, yes, we have the video, we have the images, but like, let's think about what's next. And it's, to me, these holograms of like, because they're doing it right now for concerts and for like other people. I want to do it for comedy. I think that would be a great time to have a comedian standing in your living room and doing like a show. So that's definitely a goal of mine. But yeah, right now, these girls have the fans, and the fans will buy their stuff. So I was like, let's get the girls.
I got you. So now,
Or the guys. Or the guys. I
Or the
actually
guys.
I want some boys too, but I haven't found any. But it's all a work in progress.
Okay. All right. Well, so have you thought about getting into comedy?
Oh yeah, I did stand up before in
Did
New
you?
York. Yeah, at the Gotham Theater, or the Gotham Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did stand up. I really loved it. But that's like something that you have to put all your time and energy into. And the truth of the matter is I really just love acting the most. But I really thought I was going to be like a comedian for a second, and I would like to do like comedic acting. But yeah, and I did theater too, which I really love theater. Like, we got shut down during COVID. That's just like feeds your soul. So I think theater is like, it's like that really good person that you bang, but like, and you're like smoking a cigarette after bed, and it's just like a really good lay, but like they don't do anything for you. You know what I mean? Like, like you just kind of go broke during that time, you're like giving everything to this person, and you're just like a broken person after, but like really feeds your soul.
That's why I asked you that. I could totally see you, because you've got this personality, and you've got this kind of comedic side to you, right? That's why I asked that question, because I think you'd be very good at it.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I should start doing it more, because it does, like, I really like doing it. And when I wrote my first bit about chuckle, which, do you know what chuckle is?
No, I don't. I don't.
It's like a person who likes comedians, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it was like a whole bit about chuckle. It was funny. It was good. But like, I learned that I could tell a joke. You have to tell a joke in like 1 to 2 sentences. It's kind of crazy. But like, when you start condensing it down, I feel like it's like this fun science art thing. And it was fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. And I should get back into it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, like and it doesn't surprise me that you said you did stage. Like I can see all of those attributes in you, which is why I think if you got up on stage and as a comedian, you would be really good at it. When you were at the Gotham, you said the Gotham, what kind of reception did you get?
Well, I got some people that said I was good, but I didn't have enough material to know my crowd, so I was working with like a little bit of an older crowd that were probably all married and like not really understanding what the hell chuckle was. So, but some people like some women did come up to me and they're like, "You need to stick with this." So that was cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think so. So
Yeah.
come on, are you like a big? I mean, I know you did the whole cheerleading thing. Are you a big sports fan?
I swam like competitively, but no, not really. I like KU and I like the Chiefs.
Okay. What about the
That's about it.
Royals? What about the Royals?
Oh yeah, I like the Royals. Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually am obsessed with the color purple now. And now I'm like, oh, do I like K-State now too?
Yes,
I know
K-State.
that's how I,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I go about things, like colors.
Hey, watch K-State. K-State had a good season this year. Better than KU. K-State,
Okay.
as you know, beat KU and then got further in the tournament than KU got in the tournament this year.
In basketball.
In basketball, yes.
Wow.
But K-State was, let me think, was K-State good? Seemed like, well, one of the Kansases was decent, at least in football. So, anyway.
Yeah, I think that was KU. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Both of them may have been, actually.
I don't know.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, look, check her out again. Kill her. Matter of fact, let me show. I got to show the. If I don't know if anybody can. Well, you can't really see it because the lighting is.
Can't really see it.
But this poster is really cool. You're like badass in this thing, as a matter of fact. But it
I'm a bit of a badass in the movie.
Yeah, check it out. Kill her goats. Okay. And of course, she's an influencer. You're going to see her very much in the future, maybe doing stand-up. We'll see. Right. But
I think I will. I think I'll do it again.
Yeah.
You've inspired me.
Yes. I think you'd be very good at it. Arielle Raycene. She joins us here. You can follow her on all social media. She's got like what, 300, you got like in excess of 300,000 followers on Instagram.
You can follow me on everything besides TikTok because it got taken down. But yes.
So your TikTok account got taken down?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I think my theory is that there is this girl out there that doesn't like me very much, and she just sat there and reported every single thing. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And I have people that believe me on it too. Okay. But that's what I think happened.
Okay.
Because I went viral about a year ago on a TikTok from doing a Sharon Stone move. Okay. And it was it was very PG. I had my underwear on, it was fine. But it went viral, so much. And I wasn't really big on TikTok. And then all of a sudden I was big on TikTok and I was having a lot of fun on TikTok. And then, I got taken down and I've been trying to get it back and just everyone's gone. And I think they shadow ban me because every time I try to make a new account, nothing's happening. It really is sad. It's a sad day. I had to mourn my loss over TikTok. So now I'm like, oh yeah, TikTok might be leaving the States or whatever the big thing is. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Fine. Go away, TikTok.
Right. You're not mad. Anyway, I got it. All right. Very good.
Yeah, I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah. I mean, no,
but yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter and Instagram. But what I mean is if it goes away, you're probably good because y'all banned me.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, good, because it makes me upset. Yeah.
Right. Y'all banned me anyway for no reason.
For no reason. I was way more PG than most of those people on there.
Yeah. I hadn't gotten into the TikTok ad, I hadn't gotten into all that. Arielle, we appreciate the time. Continued success in all you do. And I'm telling you, in a couple of years, I'm going to be looking for you doing stand-up.
Yeah, look for me. I'll be doing it.
All right.